Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot, and today's reading is a reading for my grumpy, ornery, grouchy, ill-tempered, curmudgeonly built souls, okay? And if you feel like you hate life every day and you just want to, you just want to complain about it, you are at the reading for you, my loves. And we're not going to sink into any like sweet little new age platitudes in this reading, okay? We're going to keep it really real and celebrate the full moon in Capricorn today and be super grumpy, grouchy, ornery, and ill-tempered, okay? So that's the way I was feeling today. So I thought, well, I'm sure some other people are feeling that way too. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this full moon in Capricorn a little bit, and then we will go right into the reading. No pile to choose from today. It's going to be a collective reading. And for those of you that want to jump right to the reading and skip the intro, I'll leave a timestamp in the description box below. Okay, so a couple things you should know about this full moon in Capricorn. It is square Chiron, which is making everybody feel really touchy, really grouchy, really easily injured. We also have it trine Uranus, which is another reason people may be popping off or doing weird shit. And we also have it's opposing Mercury. This full moon in Capricorn is opposing Mercury, and it's also in conjunction with Pluto. So it's a very busy full moon, and you may, leading up into the days of the full moon and the few days after, you may be feeling this energy, okay? Because it's kind of coming in hot, and some people may feel like fighting too, or just like being like, blah, I hate everyone and everything, okay? So if you feel that way, or if you have a full moon in Capricorn, or you have Capricorn in your chart and you are used to feeling grouchy and ill-tempered and hating life all the time, hey, I'm right there with you, pile. I was gonna call you guys pile number one. I'm right there with you, viewer, okay? One thing that I have noticed is there, with the full moon in Capricorn, or with the archetype of Capricorn in general, and in the tarot, for instance, the Devil card is associated with Capricorn, okay? All the major arcana have planet, signs, or element associations, okay? So the Devil card in the tarot is related to Capricorn. Not to say that all the Capricorns are devils, but the energy of that, okay? And I think something we need to be careful of during this time is to artificially give someone more power than they're due, okay? And it's very tempting as a human to take someone and make them the symbol for our suffering, even if they are pathetic and powerless and have no ability to really harm us in any way, okay? And maybe we haven't even seen that person for a long time, or they don't really even know that much about who we are or our life or what's really going on. But something comes through that like sets us off, okay? And then turning that thing which lacks no power into a symbol for our overall life suffering. So what I have to say to that is, get back, Satan, okay? Because we're not giving anyone that much power to be the symbol of our suffering, and to pin that on any person. And a lot of people will do that with like a parental figure, even if they don't talk to that parental figure anymore, or they have very low contact with them, or they live far away from that parental figure, and they don't really know what's going on in their life. A lot of people will do this with family members, because they are, some of them are pretty awful, and they think that they have unfettered access to you because you're their family member, all right? So here's a couple of mantras that you can repeat during this full moon in Capricorn. Repeat after me. Not my circus, not my monkeys, okay? That's a good saying for this full moon in Capricorn. Not my circus, not my monkeys, don't care, okay? And then the next one is, what other people think about me is not my business, okay? okay? We'll say it again. What other people think about me is not my business, okay? And another one is, in 100 years, who's gonna care? In 100 years, who's gonna care? That's very full moon in Capricorn. We also have another one. Who cares about impressing anyone else? I have to care for myself first. Who cares about impressing anyone else? I have to take care of myself, okay? And that's the practical realities of life, which, you know, is very much associated with that Capricorn type of energy, okay? And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And so when you have a moon in Capricorn, you have the energy of the moon and Saturn together, and that can make someone very grumpy, ill-tempered, hating life every day, can turn someone into a real curmudgeon. Anyway, I think it's kind of funny because this full moon is opposing my natal moon in Cancer, and actually that's what we're meant to do with the double archetype in the tarot anyway, is laugh at it and just move on with our day, okay? And another question, if you're feeling agitated today, to ask yourself is, have I ate yet today? Have I ate food today yet? Maybe some food will help, okay? So those are my full moon mantras for you today. I think my favorite one is, what other people think about me is not my business. And if you feel yourself like needing to try to prove your worth or go down that ladder, and then you don't feel validated, or you feel ignored, or you don't feel like, you know, anybody appreciated your effort for what you did, just remember, like, you're not doing anything for anyone else at this point. I mean, you can do things for other people, but you know what, when you actually do things in the world, the main person you want to do them for is you. Other people are going to benefit, and that's great, but like, you know, you have to think about conducting your own self in a way that makes sense, instead of worrying about what everyone else thinks about you, okay? So that is what I am getting for this full moon in Capricorn, and we are going to go ahead and jump into this reading. I love the idea of doing a reading for people who are very grumpy and grouchy and ill-tempered. And I think as we get older, you know, we get grouchy and bad-tempered and ill-tempered and all of that, because we're just tired of everything. It's like, get away from me, you know? And some people experience that at an earlier age in life, and some people experience it as they start getting older, okay? So anyway, my goal in life is to be a ornrey tarot reader, everyone. Sometimes I'm grumpy too. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? We can't be love and light all the time, you know? And sometimes we have to be like, shut up, you know, I don't want to hear it, okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into your reading. We have the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. So Leo energy coming in hot and really feeling a need to express ourselves with the Knight of Wands, okay? And I also think sometimes, like, if you're really grumpy or ill-tempered, it comes from not being able to like say what you want to say, and, you know, not really getting the attention or validation that you need, and just having a habit of not saying what you need to say and just kind of like grumbling about it and accepting it, okay? So let's go ahead. I'm just like this. To hell with it, right? So let's go ahead and get into your reading. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me with the energy of the collective who comes here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between you, Spirit, and the viewer. Thank you so much, Spirit, and let's go ahead and begin the reading, okay? We have as above, so below, to which some of you may say, so what? So that must mean heaven's a mess, you know? The spiritual realm can be affected by what you do here in the physical world. Well, then the spiritual world better get off its ass and help the people on the earth plane do what they can do. And I've said this time and time before. If somebody in the spirit world doesn't like the way that I'm conducting my life, then I would invite them to come down to the earth plane and incarnate and do it themselves, okay? So as above, so below, you know? Anyway, okay, so you guys know how I feel about that. And, you know, sometimes people just get really caught up in their actions and what they're doing on the material plane, thinking that they control everything. I actually don't think that we control everything. I mean, we are creators, we are manifestors, but we don't control everything. And the spiritual world is much vaster than we could ever imagine, I'm sure. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles here. This blows. That's what the Seven of Pentacles is saying. Sure, as above, so below. Well, my spirit guides must be on hiatus. They must be on a vacation because this is really boring and dumb, okay? The Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles in the tarot is Saturn in Taurus. So right out the gate already, we have a Saturn card, and it's just like, yeah, you know, and this person on the Seven of Pentacles looks like, hey, you know, you guys are so free in the spirit world and you're all flying around and loving life while we're down here doing the actual work, you know, like, why don't you guys get over here and help me then? And see, this is how this reading is going to be, right? And here's the Ace of Wands, okay? And yeah. And then we have the Tower. Okay. So, you know, I'm sick of starting things only. So I feel like what this is saying, collective viewers here, is I'm sick of putting everything I have into something, or I'm sick of starting things only to have them go nowhere, okay? And the Tower in the tarot is Mars energy, okay? So we could talk about anger, right? And being upset about something. Also, I feel like just ignoring everyone else and their drama, you know? And I feel like some of you are saying, Dear Lord, help these people because I'm not helping them anymore. I'm done. Okay. And yeah, so, you know, some people get sick and tired of hearing, like, you know, from every ending comes a new beginning. And it's like, this doesn't feel like a new beginning. Like, this feels like I've been doing this for a long time. Okay. So I can see where you're at, viewer, and I can see how you're feeling with that. And we're just going to go ahead and get the rest out here. We have unexpected income. So some of you may be annoyed that you keep trying to manifest with this as above, so below card, and people keep promising you things, and then it just all falls apart, okay? And, you know, and then we have the Lovers here, okay? So some of you could be irritated with relationships, okay? And sick and tired of starting over all the time with the Ace of Wands in the Tower. Like, you know, I'm sick of always having to start over, you know? Like, I've been working at a job for a long time, and, you know, I'm trying to manifest better things in my life, but it just seems like, you know, the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles is like getting really frustrated with a new start, or getting really frustrated with having to do something over, okay? And it's like, okay, like somebody promising somebody a raise, and it's like, you know, give it to me already, you know? Stop dicking me over on that. If you're gonna come through with it, or stop making promises to me, because I'm sick of it, okay? So I feel like some of you are in that type of mood too, and it's like, I've been trying everything with the Ace of Wands. I've been trying everything under the sun, and, you know, I feel like some of you could have been listening to readings that told you like a lot of unexpected income is coming your way, and it's like, yeah, I don't see it, you know? And then we have here, we have the Lovers. So for some of you, this could be about relationships as well. Like, I'm sick of starting over in my relationships. I'm sick of, you know, external events like that I have no control over, ruining everything because I work so hard in my life for what I want, and it seems like it gets me nowhere, okay? And some of you could be very annoyed that you have to start all over and rebuild from a relationship perspective as well, okay? And I feel like some of you are just sick and tired as well of people approaching you. It's like, it's the same thing every time. You know, all these jerks and losers and clowns, like, you know, they don't know what they're doing. And, you know, you know, and the tower has to do with, you know, God's will, like striking the tower that the humans have built up, thinking, you know, that this is the right way to do it, and thinking like with their ego. And it's like, yeah, I feel like you guys are saying it doesn't matter, like, whether it's God's will or my will. I have to do the work. You know, I'm the one walking around on the earth plane with this shovel, Seven of Pentacles. So, you know, I love it. I love the curmudgeon readings. I can relate so well. I can relate so well to your reading, and I know how it feels. But anyway, it's like just as soon as I was getting used to something, I get kicked out of paradise and told to start over, and I'm just tired of it, you know? And we have the B here in victory. It's like, stop telling me that things are going to get better, you know, with the Ace of Wands and victory. Stop telling me that I'm not doing my fair share, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, to make extra money or make extra income. Stop telling me that I'm not, you know, that I want to stay stuck in this position because it's not the truth. And stop acting like it's so easy, you know, with the Ace of Wands and victory. It's like, it's not that easy. You know, like the Seven of Pentacles isn't easy. It's real things. It's pushing the rock up the hill, you know, pushing that big rock up the hill, and, you know, feeling like you're floundering. And then it's like, whoa, it's easy. Just, you know, grab victory by the balls and press on, you know. And it's like, yeah, but I'm actually trying to build something here, like not just restart like every 7 years. And some of you could have had like restarts happening every 7 years. Also, I'm seeing card 27 and 37. Okay, so talking about the last 10 years of your life, and talking about what a long journey it's been to kind of like build yourself up, and how many times you've had to start over. Okay, and some people here could be around age 27 and could be around age 37. All right, and then we have card 15 right here in the middle. Okay, and the Tower and the Ace of Wands talks about, you know, like sexual power. And the Seven of Pentacles is like, you know, I'm dead inside. I don't feel any of that anymore. Some of you could be thinking about how much fun it was, you know, like 15 years old, and like making out and enjoying things and having a good time and feeling really excited, you know. And now that you're older, it's just like, I don't even care about, like, you know, I don't even really care about pleasure anymore. Like, it's not even worth the trouble. We have Death here and the Tower. It's like, yeah, no matter what I do, it doesn't really work out the way that I wanted. We have Death and Success. So I can see why you guys, it's exactly what I've been saying this whole reading. I can see exactly why you guys get super frustrated. Especially some of you may be very agitated with the law of manifestation. I mean, the law of manifestation is incredibly ableist, and it's usually just like people, you know, it's saying everyone has the power to think positive thoughts when we don't. You know, like as human beings, some of us don't have the power to think positive thoughts all day, every day. Sometimes we do get discouraged, all right? And it's like a little help here, I feel like, is what you guys are asking to your guides. How about a little help here, all right? And, you know, so anyway, but we have Death and Success, okay? So some of you feeling like, you know, you had something really good going on, but then, you know, so it ended abruptly, all right? And you may feel like that happens all the time, Natalie. Like, I had something good going on, it ended abruptly. I thought it was going someplace special. It wasn't. And it was just more like BS, you know? And feeling like the death of success, like no more success for me. I guess I'm just supposed to sit here and stare at this pile of rocks, you know? I get it, totally. I knew the crown chakra was gonna come up, I knew it. As I was pre-shuffling the cards, I'm like, the crown chakra is going to come through, because I was asking, what chakra has to do with this full moon in Capricorn. All right. And the crown chakra is about trusting the messages that we're getting. The Ace of Wands is like a message from spirit after a difficult time, after maybe something seemed like a failure, but it was actually a success. But I know you're not trying to hear that right now. I know you're not trying to, have any like false encouragement or false, dumb platitudes. You know what I'm saying, viewer? I get it. It's like, I did everything I could here, but how about some direction? How about some help? And I do feel like the spirit world is trying to reach you. And we see the spirit world here kind of like on their knees thanking you, okay? And, people always think that the spiritual world is constantly above us. I mean, there are some things in the spiritual world that are above us, for sure. But there's also the mundane part of the spirit world too, that, like other souls that have just been incarnating and reincarnating and all of that. And, they're not really going to do any better job than you have, and probably wouldn't even get close to the job that you've done, viewer. So, I do feel like there's a message of, like, thank you for being patient, or thank you for accepting these messages because we want to help you, okay? But I definitely feel like you guys are like, okay, if you want to help, then let's see some results, with the whole success here, and let's see something happen then. Let's see some extra coin in my pocket, because unfortunately this is the earth plane, and it takes money to eat and to drive and to fill your car up with gas and to care for, your dependents. Like, everything takes money, and that's something that the full moon in Capricorn can definitely appreciate. So it's like, stop being so wishy-washy with me, spirits, if you want something to happen here, okay? And I feel like spirit's like, knock, knock, with this Ace of Wands, here you go. And, they're like, hey, we're trying, and you guys, anyway, but let's keep going. We have Mars and Force. Yeah, because the Tower is also Mars energy. So, and also the Ace of Wands is pure fire. So this also, Mars can talk about like trying to force something, and can also talk about being, angry. And this whole reading is about feeling ill-tempered, or feeling, really grouchy and ill-tempered and, crusty, cantankerous, all the things. And, it's like, I can't force this anymore. I've already tried like a million different things, and I can't really like force anything, okay? And I think some of you are feeling like, some of you may have felt a little bit abandoned by spirit at times. Like, hey, I am here doing the work, what are you guys gonna contribute? Anyway, collective people watching this, so, the spiritual realm can be affected by what you do here in the physical world. Okay, well, if something blew up and if something didn't work out, maybe it does affect the spiritual world. Maybe it does make them unhappy and upset. Maybe it does surprise them too, and I feel like they're saying with the Ace of Wands and the Tower, look, like, we're just surprised. We're just as surprised as you are about something, and like how it's been and what's been going on, okay? And I feel like some of you are just saying, like, I keep putting effort, I keep putting energy, and I keep trying to move something forward, doing my part, but it doesn't shift anything, And it's like, I can't force these people to like pay me more. I can't force these people to like pay me what I'm worth. I tried, okay? And we have reconciliation here. So, trying to, and this with the Lovers, it's like, I did everything that I could with Mars and reconciliation. Like, you guys are saying, look, I'm tired. I have done everything that I could to bring peace to a situation or to reconcile a situation. I did my part, and if this lover or this person wants to be with me, it's their turn to do something, okay? Because I've already tried, I feel like, is what you guys are saying, all right? And some of you may be very grumpy or grouchy or ill-tempered because maybe you were trying to force a reconciliation or force something back together after it ended, okay? And feeling a little bit stuck because of that, all right? And, you know, I guess our actions on the earth plane do impact the spiritual world. So if we're trying to force something that doesn't really belong, then, you know, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, obviously, to all these questions. But, I mean, I feel like you guys already tried to do something the nice way, too, with this reconciliation. I feel like, you know, it looks very nice with the water and the moon, and it looks like really nice, right, compared to Mars. It's like I already tried to be nice. I already tried to like make a difference in this situation. It's just over, you know. It's time to cut it off with Mars. Yeah, we have Judgment. Wow. Okay, so, you know, I feel like you guys are kind of like saying, like, time's up on a situation. And we see that the angel blowing the trumpet and people like coming out of their coffins, right? And we have death right here. And, you know, I think some of you are like, it's going to take more than an angel ringing a trumpet to pull me out of my grave. And pile, I was going to call you guys pile number one, but I see why you feel the way you do. There's a lot of fire energy here with the Ace of Wands, the Tower, Judgment, and Mars. So there's probably a lot of, because Judgment is the spirit of the primal fire. So there, somebody's like super, super fired up, okay? And, you know, like wanting something to happen, like really, really bad, or wanting to change course on something, wanting a result from the spiritual realm about something, okay? And with Judgment here, it's like, I'm sick of this shit, you know? Like, fine, for all I care, burn it down. What do I care? You know, I've already been through enough with death here. You know, you think you can hurt me? You take away my success, you take away money, you take away the people I love. Like, fine, you know, I'll be stripped bare of everything I have by the end of the day. But if you guys, you know, if you want me to come out of my corner, if you want me to come out of hiding, you're going to have to do a lot more than blow a trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Woo! I'm just going to keep calling you guys pile number one. Woo! Pile number one. You guys are salty, 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 and ornery. Very ornery and ill-tempered for sure. It's like, I already tried to reconcile this situation. I tried to be nice. I tried to, you know, like, take action, decisive action with Mars here. Like, nothing worked and nothing helped. And, you know, like, I'm with Judgment here, like, I've had it, you know, like, this situation is gonna have to change because this isn't working for me anymore. Look, there's Judgment on the bottom of the deck here that I have in my hand too. Okay, and I also feel like some of you are saying it's about time that that Spirit starts judging some people for the things that they've done to me. It's about time that Spirit actually, if what we do on the physical world affects the spiritual world, then the spiritual world better, like, I feel some of you are wanting to see Judgment Day for certain people in your life that you've tried to be loving towards, you've tried to be kind to, but like nothing worked, okay? And Mars is an energy of like severing. So it's like, I tried to be nice and it didn't work. So now Spirit is gonna have to step in and do something here. And I think Spirit is tired of this situation too. Okay, I think they're trying to get a message through to you in this reading. And I think they're sick of a situation too, okay? And I also feel like, you know, you guys are saying, most people don't even do the work. They're not even trying to go through the difficult process of awakening, okay? And here I am willing to walk through the fire, you know, the Ace of Wands, Mars, Judgment, the Tower. Like, here I am willing and able to walk through the fire, but I'm getting sick of it, okay? And I'm getting sick of things getting taken away from me just when it starts to, like, just when it starts to get good, or just when I start to see some success, okay? And with the Judgment card here, it's like something's got to give. Something has got to change, okay? And it's like I'm tired of always being the one to, like, you know, try to make it work or to be the bigger person, okay? And some of you may have underneath that grumpy, like ill-tempered part of yourself, you may have you may have a side of yourself too that is like very mad underneath that, or has a lot of anger underneath that. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that says that anger is wrong or bad or anything like that, but I do think I'm feeling some heavy sarcasm too. So I feel like you guys have a lot of sarcasm built up within you from years and years, maybe 7 years or more, of tolerating bad situations, okay, and having to restart things constantly. And, you know, like, I mean, I feel some of you, like, your bodies are very locked up, or you need a massage, or your shoulders or your backs are like have knots in them, or are kind of lumpy. You know, I feel like physically, you know, the Seven of Pentacles is also an energy of physically kind of like dragging. It's like I get my happy butt out of bed every day and I do the work, you know, but it just seems like nothing really changes, okay? And I feel like Spirit's coming in with the strong arm here of Archangel Gabriel and saying, you know, just watch what we're going to do here. We're going to clear house. Like, we are clearing house. We are clearing, you know, we're clearing things for you, okay? And if we have to do it by force, we will, okay? And I also feel like Spirit is, you know, getting a little bit sassy back and saying, stop trying to force a reconciliation when you know in your heart you have to move on from this because it's a BS situation and you have every right to be mad about it, okay? And look, there's the King and Queen of Wands, all right? The Queen of Wands is here and the King. And I just saw the King. Where's the King? Literally, there he is, okay? And the Queen of Wands in the tarot is an Aries, and the King of Wands is a Sagittarius. So we could have Aries and Sagittarius energy here too. There's a lot of fire energy showing up. All right, and we also have Taurus here with the Seven of Pentacles. So we could have Taurus people with fire signs, that type of thing, okay? And I also feel like with Judgment, it's like I'm sick of caring about what everybody thinks about my life. Like, they didn't walk in my shoes. They haven't had to live the life that I've had to live. And I'm sick of caring, like, also with this reconciliation, like, I'm sick of always having to, like, you know, be with the B energy here. I'm sick of always having to be sweet and having to, like, reconcile with people. Like, at this point, I'm going to start kicking people's butts, okay? And the bee sting is also here too. You know, it's interesting because a friend of mine was starting like bee venom therapy, where you actually like sting yourself with bee venom or with a bee stinger. And I'd never heard of that before. I was like, what is that torture? Okay, but evidently bee venom terror. Bee venom terror. Oh no. Bee venom treatment is a way to get rid of what is Freudian slip, whatever. Anyway, you guys know what I'm saying. This full moon is opposing Mercury too. It's like making everything just fly out of my mouth. But anyway, like when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, like you're gonna sting yourself with a bee venom. Okay. And you know, interestingly, before I started this reading, I was actually thinking about bee venom and like stinging yourself before I started this reading. So it's kind of funny that the bee came up. And anyway, the friend that I'm talking about is an Aries, and we just saw the Queen of Wands. But, you know, so some people, you know, healing from like stinging themselves with a bee, but I don't know. I mean, I'm always afraid of getting stung. I don't want anything to sting me. I think you guys have had your fair share of things that sting, though, for sure, with the Tower and death and here. Like, you guys have had your fair share of abrupt endings when you thought something was going to be really, really good. And it may seem like with Judgment that things get unfairly like taken from your life, you know, and it may feel like you have like a mark on your head. It's like, have I been marked for something that I don't know here? Because this is not working. And yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see for my grumpy curmudgeons watching this reading. Spirit, what is your advice? Or let's just go ahead and see what else needs to come out for this full moon in Capricorn for the viewer here. What else needs to come out here for this full moon in Capricorn for the viewer? What else needs to come out? I feel like, you know, you guys may hear this, well, like everybody has their challenges, or everybody in life has their challenges. And it's like, yeah, that's not helpful. That's not what I'm trying to hear right now, okay? Or some of you guys may even try to tell yourself that as a way to like deal with whatever's, you know, you're going through. But I also think it makes you really mad, okay? And I get that. Also, yeah, I get being mad and frustrated, you know, because it's like we thought something was going to work here, you know, and it really didn't. All right. Here's the Four of Swords, okay? So, you know, I did the whole mantra at the beginning of the reading where I said, not my circus, not my monkeys, you know, and people with the Tower and the Ace of Wands really trying to get your attention or get you to react to something. And I just feel like you guys are like, leave me alone, you know? And the Four of Swords is clearly like saying, not my circus, not my monkeys. And you know, the Nine of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like really happy people are annoying at times. It's like, keep your happiness away from me. There is a album by Amy Mann. I think it came out like in 2010 or 2011, and it's called Fucked Smilers, okay? Which is so funny. I think she's a Virgo. But I remember listening to that on my 31st birthday, like over and over. But anyway, I just feel like you guys are like, to hell with it all, with the Four of Swords. Just leave me alone, you know? Like, I show up every day, I work, I try. Leave your drama away from me, you know? Stop trying to get my attention and just leave me alone so that I can sleep, okay? And I also got leave me alone so I can write. So some of you may like writing, or you may be into writing, or reading or writing or into things like that a lot. And it's like, stop being so loud, you know? And with the Tower, like everything's loud. And the 4th of July might have, if you heard, those of you that live in the US, the 4th of July must have really annoyed you with all the like firecrackers, you know, with the Tower and the loud noises. And it's like, join in on the fun with the Ace of Wands. And you're like, get out of here. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to deal with you. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you. Like, don't invite me. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Okay. And it's like, I don't even want to be a part of it. Like the neighbors with the Tower energy here, like the neighbors being really loud or playing their TV really loud. And it's like, give it a rest already, you know? And with the Ace of Wands, some of you could be having some invitations as well to like join in on the fun. And you're just like, yeah, I don't think so. I have to work in the morning. Or Yeah, whatever. I'm too old for that. Even if you're like 25, you know. But anyway, you're like, just let me sleep. And let's go ahead and see. Let's get a little bit more here for my grumpy, grouchy, ill-tempered, hating life individuals who are watching this reading. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're like, if there's any kind of drama, like, I'm out. And I feel like some of you getting really annoyed when you're trying to sleep or you're trying to get some peace and people come in and act all loud. It's like, do I just, you know, it's like, fine, I'll just go somewhere else. Like, you know. Also, we have the Star on the bottom of the deck, which is Aquarius energy, okay? And the Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius. And it's like, I'm not going to bother explaining myself to you. If you didn't get it the first time, then, you know, you deal with it because it isn't my problem, all right? And that goes along with the, you know, not my circus, not my monkeys. And, you know, the Six of Swords is like slipping out the back door, you know. And the Tower too, I mentioned a mantra in the beginning of like, in 100 years from now, who's gonna care, right? Like people being loud, trying to draw you into their drama, trying to get you to react, you know, causing a big ruckus or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, leave it alone, you know? So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, and the whole thing I said too, what other people think about me is not my business, okay? And maybe you thinking that some people find you not to be very social with the Four of Swords, or find that you're just kind of like, you know, like you have this air about you that's like, leave me alone, don't talk to me. And I'm not getting like mean per se. I just feel like you kind of have an attitude of like, don't bother me, okay? Some of you could have hung signs on your door as a teenager, or put things like, don't bother me while I'm sleeping, like signs like that on your door, because I'm kind of like seeing that. Or you could have put like warning signs on your bedroom door as a child. I love it. I gotta say, I love it. It's like, enter at your own risk, okay? And some of you may think, oh, well, I guess people just think that I'm, you know, like mean, or not mean, but just kind of like not interested, you know, or that you come off maybe as like not caring or not being interested, okay? And maybe some of you think about that sometimes, but I also put as one of the mantras for the Capricorn moon, what other people think about me is not my business, okay? And that's very much represented by the Four of Swords and Six of Swords. It's like, you know, what other people make of me and what I'm doing in my life is really like, you know, none of my business. And the Six of Swords is really like a gone fishing type of a card. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. So, you know, I'm gonna keep on keeping on regardless, all right? And yeah, also some of you, it may be good to get some fresh air if you've been like hung up in the house for a long time. And I'm not talking about, you know, fresh air with other human beings. I mean, just maybe on your own or enjoying some fresh air might be like refreshing for your mind, or may make you like, you know, get a little bit of something in, a little bit of exercise or a little bit of movement, or at least, you know, take you out of the environment that you're in, you know. And let's go ahead and see what else here for my grumpy, grouchy, ill-tempered folks for this reading. The Six of Pentacles. So we have two sixes, and I wish we had a third one so we could have 666, which would be so cool for a grouchy, ill-tempered, you know, moon and Capricorn double archetype reading, okay? And you know, I feel like you guys are just saying, look, I don't need your help. Like, you know, I'm fine on my own. I don't really need your help, okay? And if you think dangling some type of carrot in my face is gonna help, like, I don't really need your help. I don't want it anyway. Leave me alone. And you know what's interesting though is this unexpected income, okay? And it's the same thing of the coins dropping into the person's hand, and then we see the coins dropping into the person's hand too here. So there is some type of coin or money dropping into your guys' hands. But I feel like what you're saying here is, I don't care about this job anymore with the Four of Swords. Like, I could do it sleeping. I don't care about it. I really want to leave and not look back. Six of Swords, okay? And I feel like for those of you that are thinking of just like sneaking out the back door and never coming back, it may be, hey, you know, you may run into you may run into a situation that could actually increase your income, okay? Just by like not putting up with something anymore and just letting it go and moving on, right? Instead of like staying in the situation and trying. But the Six of Pentacles comes right before the Seven of Pentacles. So I think you guys have had some successes in the past. Okay, the Six of Pentacles is the Lord of material success. So I think you guys have had some, you know, success in your life already, okay? But with the Four of Swords and Six of Swords, maybe it's not meaning that much to you anymore. And you don't feel like being a part of the rat race, or you don't feel like seeking validation from everyone else. You know, everyone else can take their validation and go to hell, that type of thing. I love it. And I love the crabby. And anyway, so the Six of Pentacles is the moon in Taurus. And one of my other mantras was, I said but to ask you, have you ate anything yet today? Maybe some food will help. Okay, so maybe it's time to go to the kitchen and get a snack or something. You know, maybe it's time to roll off the couch, you know, roll over the Cheetos and the Doritos and let them all crunch into the couch, and, you know, walk into the kitchen like a Raggedy Ann doll and get a cup of pudding and shove it in your face, you know? That's how I feel. You guys would be, you know, when I was younger, I used to get up in the middle of the night and eat like a whole cake. Like, I would take a fork and eat the whole thing right out of the pan. And then everyone in the next morning would wake up and see like cake and frosting and everything all over the place, and would be really annoyed with it. But I'm like, whatever, I'm a Taurus, leave me alone, okay? So we have another Taurus card here for you guys. And I do think, you know, there is something here. With the unexpected income and the coin going into the hand, and then the coin going into the hand here, I do think there's something about that, like a situation that needs to shift and change, because you guys are owed something, okay? With the Six of Pentacles, you guys are owed something, is what I'm seeing here. Like, you're owed a promotion, you're owed a raise, you're owed an increase in income, you're owed something in order to keep things fair, okay? And it always seems like the people, you know, like, it may seem like sometimes that the people that are the most like kiss ass are the ones that always get the extra money or always get the extra rewards, you know? And that may also be very irritating to you, like brown nosers. You know, when you're doing just as good of a job, but you're not looked at in a fair way, because you're not like brown nosing or kissing other people's butts, okay? And I do feel like there is some raise or promotion that's owed to you guys. When I used to work in corporate America, before I switched to my last job, before I quit and started this channel, I was at a job, and they, for whatever reason, they were just not promoting me. So I left the company I was at. I applied to a competitor. I got the job there, and actually a better competitor than them. I got the job there, the promotion, a huge salary increase. And when I saw one of the partners that refused to give me a promotion at an event later on, I shook his hand, smiled condescendingly at him, and said, "Hi, how are you?" So anyway, maybe you guys are gonna be maybe you guys are gonna be doing some of that too, right? Rub the hater's face in the mud, you know, like rub their faces in the mud. You didn't want this? Okay, watch me then. Watch me. All right. But maybe some of you are not even feeling motivated to do that. It's just like, I don't even care anymore. Like, go to hell, you know? I get it. I get it. You know, we all go through periods of life like that. We go through 7-year periods like that. 7-year periods or Saturn periods anyway. So let's get one more card here to close the reading here for the viewer for this full moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn here. Ooh. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, oh my gosh, isn't that so funny? So anyway, the 4 of Pentacles is the sun in Capricorn. So it truly is a Capricorn card. And it is very miserly at times, and it doesn't really want to give up any ground, and it doesn't want to you know, it just wants to stay where it's at and doesn't want anyone to bother it. But, you know, the 4 of Pentacles is also the Lord of earthly power, okay? So, you know, money talks and bullshit walks, as they say. And also, I feel like here there's something about, you know, like holding on to your money, conserving money, saving money, not spending. Maybe some of you can't even be bothered to spend any money, and you don't want to spend any money anyway, and you're like, I'm holding on to my money, I'm not giving you one more penny, okay? And you know, so I also feel like you guys like really standing your ground and really being serious about, you know, getting what's yours and just holding your ground, okay? And I feel like people can't really dismiss you because I feel like you guys are hard workers. You're just sick of not seeing your efforts rewarded, okay? And some of you may have a lot of Capricorn energy in your chart, okay? But I also just feel like this 4 of Pentacles is saying, like, you know, there's some type of purpose, I feel like, for the way that you are. And for some of you, you may have had like great grandparents or parents who lived through the Depression, people who were like held on to their resources very tightly, okay? People who, you know, definitely wouldn't let people, you know, take an inch and then give them a mile, like people who really demand it, you know, like learned how to like save things and not spend things. And also like, you know, if you want me to do XYZ, then you need to show me 1, 2, 3, okay? And as Jerry Maguire would say, pile number 1, that's what I'm going to call you guys, is show me the money, okay? So I do feel like there's something here about that, okay? Like show me the money, or put your money where your mouth is, okay? Or don't talk to me and leave me alone, all right? And I feel like the whole like nicey nice, you know, games that are played in the world of work and business and all of that are just like, yeah, no thanks for you guys, okay? And yeah, so I also just feel like, you know, this is a validation that you guys are grumpy and grouchy and ill-tempered at times. But I also think, you know, grumpy, grouchy, ill-tempered people can be like really funny sometimes and really have like a really interesting sense of humor, or add like a way different perspective to something. And also like encourage other people around them to be more ornery, or to go after more of what they want, right? Or it's, you know, It's like, we're sick of this. Like, who's going with me? That type of thing. Okay. So again, with the Four of Pentacles, I do feel like something is owed to you guys money-wise. All right. And I would say just don't spend a lot of energy trying to force a love situation that no matter what you do and you restart it, but it just doesn't seem to work. I would say ditch that situation. Maybe you already have, but I would say ditch that situation. And I feel like, you know, things could start shifting, okay, in other areas of your life too. And I know you guys want to see the proof though. You guys are like, show me the proof. And maybe you want to see the proof before it like actually happens, which can create a pattern of stagnation, you know? So I do think Spirit is trying to do some work on your crown chakra right now, and trying to give you some relief from what's been happening. And some of you may be experiencing that when you sleep. All right, we have 2 4s and 2 6s here. We have 4 4 6 6. Okay, 44 66, and yeah, interesting. 2 4s and a 6 talks about stable energy that's balancing out. Okay, and it's about time. You know, it's about time after everything that you guys have had to deal with. So I hope this reading was helpful to you, and I hope you enjoyed this ornery, grouchy, curmudgeon type of a reading. And, you know, if you guys are feeling extra ill-tempered today, then just know I'm feeling very ill-tempered right next to you. And if you need someone to make fun of life with, I will definitely make fun of life with you. So thank you so much for being here today. If you enjoy my channel and you feel like sending me a little pick-me-up, I do have a tip jar on my channel if you feel like saying hi. If not, no worries. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Let me know in the comments if this type of reading or full moon reading or astrology reading, if you enjoyed it and if you'd like to see more of this, okay? So thank you so much, everybody. And I hope that everybody takes care. Thank you. See you again soon.